Oh my gosh, it's me. I'm 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 back. I'm alive. I have my own thoughts again. Hi everyone. Welcome back to the Me Show, the Me channel, if you will. I disappeared for a minute because this video took me much longer than I expected it to. Woo! After the last video, I kind of stressed myself out and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to upload a video really quick if I want to keep working on this. And then I burnt out. So that was a really fun experience, but I'm so back. We are so back, every pony. I want to thank you all for 1,000 subscribers because that's insane. That's crazy. I mean, what are you talking about? 1,000? 1,000. It's wild. It's insane. I can't even put it into words. I wanted to make a little short about it, but I've been super busy and I didn't. But I want you all to know from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. This video is gonna be pretty fun. I wanted to do something that was a little bit more easy on me, and then I ended up sinking in 21 hours of my life into this artwork, which I swear to you made me go a little bit insane. Just a little bit, not much, but it's still there. Today I'm gonna be role swapping 6 of my favorite OCs. I tried to choose the most opposite OCs that still correlate to each other in a good way, so their stories line up pretty well so that I can correctly swap them without it getting messy, but their aesthetics are crazy different. During the speed paints, I'm gonna explain a little bit about each of the characters and their stories, and it's just gonna be an overall fun time. I think it'll be silly, I think it'll be a little bit wacky, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, so the first duo is going to be Antonio Claw and Oli Black. These are 2 of my favorite OCs. I really love both of them, and I thought that their stories worked well enough together that they would be a good 2 characters to swap first. Antonio is a mob boss from a solar system called the Overdark in one of my original worlds. And Oli is the Raider Overboss of Nuka World from the Fallout 4 expansion pack. At first glance, you might not think that there's much to work with there, but I'm gonna explain to you why I think that this was a really good choice. Antonio is a host to a demon called the Tyrant. The Tyrant is part of a duo with another demon called the Attendant, who we'll talk about more in a little bit. The Attendant and the Tyrant both search around all these universes looking for hosts, usually 2 people who are in great power among a large amount of people. This means warlords, kings, mob bosses, so on and so forth. Antonio and his concierge, Marcel, are the current hosts of the Tyrant and the Attendant, so I thought that Oli and his younger sister, the underboss of Nuka World, could also be good choices for this if they were completely swapped. So for this, I'm taking Antonio and I'm taking Oli, and I'm making Antonio the Raider Overboss and making Oli the mob boss of the Overdark. I struggled with the other designs on this list a lot, but I didn't really struggle with Oli or Antonio that much. It was hard to miss a beat with the 2 of them. I know that I struggled getting Antonio's face right at first, and that was about it. Oli pulls a lot of inspiration from Negan from The Walking Dead, so applying one of my favorite characters, like clothing choices and vibe, to Antonio was really fun, and I think he looks really hot. You know, all my OCs do, but him especially. Oli was also really fun to draw like this because I always draw him really dirty and greasy and covered in face paint and blood, so drawing him clean cut for once was a fun experience. I think he looks really cute. Something that I really struggled with these designs was actually designing costumes around the characters themselves and not just outfit swapping them. Like, for some of them, it is an actual outfit swap, like the 3rd one on this list is going to. And these guys are almost it, but I think I did a good job at making their costumes still feel like them in a way. For Antonio, I went with a unzipped leather jacket because he never wears his shirts closed because he has all these really cool tattoos that I'm gonna show off when I get to painting him. And for Oli always wears his shirts buttoned up, but it doesn't feel right to me to draw him like this and then have it buttoned up for some reason. So I thought he looked really cute with it unbuttoned. I shouldn't be calling him cute. He's like 32. That is a grown man. Is handsome better? Handsome might be better. I thought he looked really handsome. So does Antonio. You can see the tattoos on his chest now, which I thought I did a really good job with it. I had a lot of fun. I was thinking of changing up his tattoos to match the Raider vibe, but his tattoos are just too significant to his character for me to take them away. Like the flower on his stomach, that's a petunia. It's his wife's name, and he loves his wife, so it's very important that that stays. There wasn't much too significant to keep with Oli because his design's already kind of all over the place. The only thing I really kept was a Nuka World tattoo on his hand, which he doesn't have in his original design, but I thought that it could look nice with this one. The next characters on our list are Marcel Fontaine and Kitty Black. Marcel is the concierge that I mentioned before, and Kitty is Ollie's little sister. This one was much harder to do than the last one. I'm not exactly sure why. All I know is that I couldn't really make Kitty fit in the world that I was putting her in, so she just looks kind of out of place. Marcel really works though, and I'm very happy with how he came out in the end. So for this swap, I'm making Kitty the concierge of the Overdark, and making Marcel the Nuka World underboss. Where I struggled the most with these two designs was the use of color, because the attendant's color is blue, the attendant being the demon that is using Marcel as a host, and that means a lot of accents and everything will be blue, but that's also just Marcel's color. Before he was the attendant, his color was blue, and Kitty's color is bright hot pink. So you're gonna see later on in the speed paint where I struggled with that. Like, I struggled really bad. And right here, I just completely redrew Kitty. Completely redrew her. And I don't like her any more than the last one, okay? Not at all. I'm thinking now that I should have just went with my gut and made all of her colors pink, because I tried to incorporate pink, purple, and blue into her design because they all look good together, right? But it just ended up making her look maybe over-designed or muddy. I don't know. It just really bothers me. It really bothers me, and it's still bothering me now after like a week since I've drawn it. Meanwhile, I'm over here cooking Marcel. He looks so good. I'm so happy with that design. I can't even express it fully how happy the design makes me and how much I like to look at him. It was fun drawing this really clean-cut man. It was like how when I drew Oli, I was making a really dirty rat man into a very handsome, refined, pretty, clean man. So I liked turning this clean-cut concierge businessman into a raider. It was so much fun. I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot to draw Marcel's tattoos at first. but I did get them in and they look pretty cool. He's got the Nuka World Raider symbol on one arm and the sun and the moon on the other one. They are entirely different from his canon tattoos, but they fit enough to where it still looks like him, I think. When I say I struggled with Kitty's color palette, I mean I struggled. I look at it now and I'm not happy with it. I wanted to make sure I kept her hair dye because I don't think it would look like her if I didn't dye her hair pink. You can just see where the colors don't work terribly well together, and it's fine, I guess. It's fine. We just gotta be fine with it, right? The last ones on our list are going to be Alma and Isel. And if you follow me on Instagram or anywhere, you know that Alma is my favorite OC that I have ever created, so I was very, very, very excited for this one. The reason I chose Isel and Alma for this swap today was because their stories line up in a really nice way that would make it easy for me to successfully swap them. Alma was a Bali in the World of Darkness setting for Vampire the Masquerade, and Isel is a mother of Adam from Fallout 4. I instantly changed Isel very drastically, because if you look at her, she is a ghoul, a glowing one specifically, and I decided to make her human to really get across the vampire vibe. But you'll notice that I didn't make Alma a ghoul, and that's just because I wanted to draw my pretty ladies, okay?
Okay. You got me there. But that is not a crime.
I just really wanted to draw them after 2 weeks of drawing just buff men. I needed my ladies, okay? I needed them. You can see what I mean when I say that it was almost just an outfit swap. I changed up their costumes a little bit to fit their characters more, like by making Alma's look more suggestive and sultry, and I didn't really do anything to Isel. Wanted to draw her in a pretty dress, okay? Okay, is that a crime? I really love how these two came out, especially Isel's, because I'm using that as her canon design for her AU where she's a vampire. I think they're so pretty. I don't know what I'll do with Alma's, because Alma's Fallout counterpart is a Brotherhood of Steel soldier, but her lore is that she converted from the Children of Adam to the Brotherhood's beliefs, so maybe this can just be her before she became a recruit for them. I really like the colors that I chose for her. I think that they worked really well together, and I just really like them. I didn't reference her original color palette way too much, besides her eyes, which are two-toned. She's got one green, one brown. Very pretty. I really love her hair, especially. That's what I've been staring at the most with her, is just how long and pretty her hair is. I could just talk about her forever, you know? Forever and ever and ever. Same goes for Alma, because she wears a lot of blacks and just dark colors. I couldn't really reference that too much while still making her look like a child of Adam. And even now, I don't think she looks too much like one, because she is very pretty, and I kept her wavy black hair. But even then, I think it's really Alma. I think that the way that I designed her dress and her costuming looks a lot like her. I just really love her. I really love her. I can't even keep it in. So that's it for today. I like how everyone came out. My favorites are definitely Antonio and Oli. They're so pretty. I really love them. The full drawings are now up on my Tumblr and Instagram. I would love if you all went to go check those out, and check out my Etsy while you're at it. We have some cool stuff up for the holidays. You guys have a great night. Bye-bye.